Hey guys, I thought I should come through and just like share a message of something that I've been thinking about, in the wake of the coronavirus and what everybody's saying about it and the conversations about it that are going around. First thing that I wanted to say was that we all react differently, right? And no one should be judged for the way that they react, right? So there are those that laugh, make jokes and memes, there are those that take it very seriously, some become very anxious, and it's in no reflection and insult to anybody. I heard somebody was attacking one influencer for saying that she's so concerned and she's so anxious and everything about it, and they were sort of attacking her, saying she's over panicking or over stressing and whatever, and all these aspersions are being casted on everybody for the way that they're reacting. And I just wanted to say that anybody's allowed to react in whatever way they want to react, and we all react differently. And we should all understand that fundamentally, that everybody will react differently. Some will be late reactors. They'll only realize next week that this thing is serious. Some will never react, Some will be extremists and say, well, I believe this thing will never affect me. However people react, it's their way of reacting. And as human beings, we should understand that that's their way of reacting. But what I wanted to come through and share was something that I realized that's going on. So obviously, with this bad news coming through and all the media's talking about it, radio's talking about it, everybody's talking about it, it's so important to balance. When someone speaks about a balanced diet, you should have your greens, you should have your proteins, etc., etc. It's also very important to balance the news that you get, right? So if you're only listening to negative news concerning a certain matter, obviously you'll be very negative about it because that's all you're hearing, only negative news. But if you're actually listening to balanced news, you're able to sort of react in a balanced way and not become an extremist yourself. So that's one thing that I wanted to share. That was obviously all the news we're getting from the news, wherever we're getting, is all negative. It's all serious news. So it's so important to balance our news. If you know that this type of stuff makes you anxious, it stresses you out, it freaks you out, you get over concerned, balance that information that you're getting with some positive stuff. Stuff that makes you happy, stuff that makes you think of good thoughts, stuff that makes you think positively, I'm not saying ignore what's going on, but what I am saying is that it's so important to balance out the news that you get. And also, just to share a few things that I've been reading online and seeing a few things that are happening. There are some very good companies that are offering online services for businesses. Going up a hill and I'm sweating. Okay, fitness levels. Anyway, very good companies like Google and Amazon that are offering services for small businesses that they're aware would be suffering during this period with picking up their businesses, etc., etc. So there are some amazing things out there, but also it's an important time for one to think about their business model, to augment their business model, to improve their business model, to become very fourth industrial revolution ready. Last year, Mark Zuckerberg released an amazing keynote where he said the world is going private, and everybody mocked him because they were like, what does he mean? Facebook's not private at all. They've got nothing to do with privacy. But I believe that the world is becoming a very private place. I believe that in the future, we're going to see people want to have very private relationships, private functions. We're going to see everybody moving towards privacy. Some people will have, celebrities will have public accounts, but then they'll also have private accounts. And that's what I believe the world is moving towards, and obviously the stuff that I've looked at, etc. And within this private world that we're going to be living in, it's going to be very important for us to interact digitally. We're going to see the more rise of digital interactive platforms that allow people to be more private, if that's where the world is going. So it's important for you to align your business in this time, augment, reinvent, look at better ways and systems of doing things. Guys, if I'm huffing and puffing, I've been going up that hill, right from the bottom going up, so please. Just look at better ways of doing things. I've seen some amazing stuff from entrepreneurs that are offering in-room services. I saw a certain massage parlor saying that they're now offering services where they come to your house, in order to circumvent for Corona. And, different services of people. I've seen speakers say they're now doing webinars. So people are augmenting, and I think, if anything, every business should see it as a challenge on what to do. I am aware that there are some businesses that would struggle with this, like a betting house that focuses on sports betting. With all sports matches being cancelled, it's quite difficult for them to do that. But there's other avenues, for example, esports. where people are now betting on esports and their favorite. So it's a time where one could pivot, as they call it, look at doing things differently. But not only that, but it's also a time where one could look at their strategy and see that in the future, what can you do to prepare for something like this if it happens again? So yeah, that's a message that I wanted to send out. Everybody reacts differently. Let's allow everybody to react in whatever way that they'd like to react. Don't only receive negative news during this time and overwhelm yourself. Balance the news you receive with some positive stuff, some stuff that cheers you up. And lastly, augment, reinvent, pivot your business so you're able to survive during these times. Other than that, keep safe, follow all the instructions that the World Health Organization is giving to everybody and every government, everything that they've said. And yeah, let's be positive and we'll get through this. Cheers, guys.